Hi guys, I hope you are doing well and I hope you are enjoying your extended break. Today we are going to do a quick review on what we had talked about before we went on break. This was a little bit more challenging, but today's review will build on the next lesson. So make sure if you are still struggling with this, that you reach out to me, you ask your parents for help because it's really, really important that you understand today's review before you really will understand the next lesson. So I know that multiplication is the challenge for some of us, so I know you don't have your multiplication chart in front of you like you would in the classroom. So go online, find a multiplication chart, have it next to you, have it pulled up on your computer when you do your math problems because that is what is going to be most beneficial to some of you. All right, some of you won't need it, but I'm telling you, have that multiplication chart available. Now, we all know that you guys have access to a calculator. I need to see your work, okay? This is not going to help you if you take the shortcut and use the calculator. I don't care if you check your work before you submit it, but make sure when you submit your work that I see that you're actually attempting it. So, again, this is going to be very different for all of us. I've never taught from my home, so bear with me, but we will get through this. And honestly, believe it or not, I miss seeing you guys in class. So, before we left, we had talked about how to divide taking out groups of 10. So if my problem is 43 divided by 3, I have to ask myself, how many groups of 10 can I take out? Well, 10 times 3 is 30. So I'm going to take out one group of 10, okay? So 10 times 3 is 30, and I'm going to put that number underneath there, and I'm going to subtract. So 3 minus 0 is 3, and 4 minus 3 is 1. All right? So now I have to ask myself, how many groups of 3 can I take out of 13? So 3 times what is going to get me closest to 13 without going over? I cannot go over. So I know that 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 times 5 is 15. So I know that 3 times 4 gets me closest. So I'm going to put my 4 up here because I just said that 3 times 4 is going to be 12. Okay? So what I did was I figured out how many groups of 3s will get me closest to 13. Well, it's 4, so I put my 4 up there. So 4 times 3 is 12. I'm going to subtract 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now, I have 1 left over. 3 can't go into 1 anymore, so that tells me that's going to be my remainder. Now, remember, I can't leave 10 and 4. So if you guys remember, I have to add those together. Well, 10 plus 4 is 14. So my answer would be 14, remainder 1. Okay? So I added my 10 and my 4 to give me 14, remainder, and I had 1 left over, 14, remainder 1. All right? So let's do another one together. Let's go ahead and do 75. Let me move that down a little bit because I won't have any room. All right. 75 divided by 6. So how many groups of 10? In today's lesson, they want us to take out groups of 10. So how many groups of 10 can I take out? Well, I can take out one group because 10 times 6, I'm going to multiply. 10 times 6 gives me 60. Okay? 10 times 6 gives me 60. I'm going to subtract those two numbers. 5 minus 0 is 5. And 7 minus 6 is 1. Okay? So 75 minus 60 is 15. So now I have to ask myself, how many groups of 6 can I take out? Well, 6 times what is going to get me closest to 15? 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. So we know that 6 times 2 is going to get me the closest. I'm going to put my 2 up top. Okay, you can't really, there's a glare from my windows, but I have my 10 and my 2. So 6 times 2, well, again, if I don't know, use my multiplication chart or count by 2 6 times. So 6 times 2 is 12. All right, so now I'm going to subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. I can't take out any more groups of 6 from 3, so I'm done. That tells me that 3 is going to be my remainder. Now, if we were in class, you all know I would be asking you these questions. But what am I going to do with that 10 and that 2? Yeah, I'm going to add them. So 10 plus 2 is 12. Remainder 3. So my answer is 12, remainder 3. All right? Hopefully, it's making more sense. We did this before we went on break. You guys did a review day before we went on break. And now here's our third review day. All right? So let's do another one together. Let's do 56 divided by 5. This will be our last one together. All right, so 56 divided by 5. Again, how many groups of 10 can I take out? Well, guess what? We're going to take out one group of 10. So I'm going to put my 10 up here. 10 times 5. This one we all should know, but if not, pull out your multiplication chart. 10 times 5 is 50. Okay, I'm going to subtract 56 and 50. 6 minus 0 is 6. 5 minus 5 is 0. All right, so how many groups of 5 can I take out of 6? Well, 5 times 1 is 5. So I know I can take out one group of 5. So I'm going to put my 1 at the top. 1 times 5 is 5. I subtract and I get 1. Okay, 1 times 5 is 5. I subtract and I get 1. That's because my remainder. I know I'm finished because I can't take any more groups of 5 out from 1. Nothing times 5 is going to give me anywhere close to 1 because everything would be too big. So again, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with that 10 and that 1? Yes, I am going to add them. So 10 plus 1 is 11. 11, remainder 1. Okay, because I was left over with 1. So, you guys, that is our review lesson for today. You need to complete the assignment by tomorrow. Take a picture, send it back to me. If you're having trouble, reach out to me. All right, I absolutely will respond to you. You and your parents both have received multiple emails from me. You can contact me through email. That would be the best bet. You can do Google Classroom, but reach out to me if you're not understanding this because, again, you have to understand today's before you will understand the next lesson. So, take care. And I hope this all makes sense. Bye.